is that Schandra will be giving us a book talk. She's one of our Malvern staff members. She is our assistant manager, and she's going to be giving you a book talk about one of the books we have here in the collection. So, Schandra?
So I recently read Dinner by Arya. I'm probably going to mispronounce lots of things this evening. And I'm just going to talk briefly about what I liked about it. In the Argentinian town of Coronel Pringles, affectionately abbreviated as Pringles in this English translation, the dead have risen from the local cemetery to suck out the endorphins from the brains of their surviving relatives and loved ones. This book's as much a zombie thriller for the literary fiction enthusiast as it is a piece of literary fiction for the horror enthusiast. A commentary on the vapidity of pop culture, the overinflated value of gossip, and the perceived hierarchy of knowledge, Ira's critique is as specific to our own times as it is timeless enough to function as allegory for the past and surely the future. What I mean by the hierarchy of knowledge is that the characters in this bite-sized book hold the knowledge of names and families and town gossip above all else. The Pringlesians can easily forget global current events, war, disaster, even a zombie apocalypse, so long as they remember the old families of their neighborhood, who married whom, who was the butcher, the sailor, the Russian immigrant. They wield these names equally as status symbols and as spells. Zombies have been a worldwide obsession for at least the last 200 years, and no more so than today. The myth has seen expression in almost every form of media, comics, novels, film, never-ending TV series, even poetry, and has been interpreted into dozens of incarnations. In the era of The Walking Dead, we find in Dinner yet another surprising spin on a genre seemingly beaten to death. Ida renders the paranormal banal, which in turn renders the banal fantastic. What delighted me most about Dinner is the richness Ida uses in describing characters, especially those who are not integral to the plot. One such whimsical specimen is Mr. Foxy, a cheerful and optimistic bricklayer known only for being decent at his job and being as short as a dwarf without actually being a dwarf. To illustrate Mr. Fofstein's personality, Ida includes the following piece of his dialogue. Sometimes I wake up feeling bad, my soul sorrowful and my body aching, and I get up, get dressed, and walk to the cemetery, there and back, and it all goes away because walking releases endorphins. Of course, this clash of morbidity and cheer also primes us for the second half of the book, when both the cemetery and endorphins become the reader's focal point. Cesar Arya was born in Coronel Pringles in 1949, so he knows what he's talking about in this semi-autobiographical exploration of the unreal. An incredibly prolific writer and winner of the Man Booker Prize, with raving fans like musician Patti Smith, you can't go wrong with any one of his titles, a large number of which you can find in our fiction and translation section. At just about 100 pages, Dinner can be consumed in a sitting and won't give you nightmares, probably.
Thank you, Schandra. Well, that concludes our novel night for this month. Thank you all so much for coming. The Rich